Good morning, everyone. It is me, Maris, and I hope you're having a most wonderful Friday morning. I was up really late last night, and I'm like, oh gosh, I look like I've been up late last night, so I'm gonna have to whip out that Conza wand between clients and kind of get some of that inflammation and detox that face. Because, yeah, I have a late night on Thursday night face going on. But anyway, let's go beyond that. How is everybody doing? Today is Friday. What has been your favorite part of the week this week? You know, I like the sunshine, the sun when it's coming through the clouds, and then all the clouds kind of dissipate, that gray cloud stuff dissipates, and we have that sunshine in the afternoon. That's what I've been digging. I really kind of dig that. It was makes it a little bit more cheerful, at least for me, because I'm not a gray sky kind of person. I know people go, oh, I just love the rain. Not me. I love the sun, sunshine, lots of it. So we're using the Angels and the Ancestors deck, and I guess I'm not having a good, let's see if I can get these to, there we go. Alright, so I had to kind of get these in some different positions and work through those cards, and let's do it one more time on that. And then let's see if we've got any particular messages going on. Okay, well there's one that flipped, so we're going to take that one. That'll be our first one. Okay, there's 2, 3. Okay, let's just see if there's... Okay, alright, so I wasn't supposed to go with that. There we go. Let's see. One more. There we go. Alright, so I got them scattered all over the floor. Don't go away. Look at the wall. It's really kind of cool. Not really, you know. There is actually a really interesting painting there. See, that was 2. Okay, alright. Are y'all ready to rock and roll? I'm ready to rock and roll. And actually, we start out with Guardians. I like that. I like it when we start out with Guardians. Okay, alright, let's go. Let's flip that camera. And, before we get started on that, we see the Earth Garden. Come try some of my soaps here. This is my soap, Shake a Shake a Booty. Really good for getting your mojo, your groove going. Then we have Groovalicious, and these are made with tallow. And these are also use Balance as the essential oil or the fragrance in there from doTERRA. And then the Attraction soap. So this is a soap for attraction. And I make these soaps, Groovalicious, I made with Aline. But come try our soaps. These ones that we make are the Raw and Rustics are $2 a piece or 3 for $5. So anyway, let's look at this reading. Okay, so Earth Guardians are coming in. And Earth Guardian is talking about keeping yourself, keeping your head out of the clouds. I'm going to just put it like that. Keep your head out of the clouds. You have to really, really look hard to find things to keep you grounded. There's a lot of distractions coming through. And it's about paying attention and not paying attention to what's right in front of you, and not paying attention to all of the stuff trying to distract you. Okay, here, let me flip the camera. Okay, it's kind of like this. It's your kids maybe your spouse, maybe it was you, I don't know. You know, kind of do a little bit of a shenanigan. You go to the store, but you take a detour, and maybe instead of going to CVS to pick up a prescription, you stopped off at Ross's and you bought something and you had to shove it underneath your car seat. Because you couldn't bring it in because, you know, somebody else is in the house or whatever. You know, the kids steal some cookies, or, you know, they have something that they're not supposed to have, whatever, okay? So you look at it and maybe you try to tell the story and you kind of go and embellish it and throw in a lot of extra things, and they go, oh, look, there's a squirrel. Really trying to throw somebody off track of what's happening or what's going on. I get it, okay? That's what this card is talking about. This card is talking about how we have an energy coming in that's going to tell you a lot of nonsense, a lot of things to distract you, and they go, oh, look, there's a squirrel, and you're going to be like this and not paying attention. So this is about kind of putting on some blinders, staying really grounded and really rooted, and that means being within the realms or the embrace of your truths, okay, of what you know to be a truth, okay? That's what this card is talking about. I had to, you know, kind of like break it down because, you know, you can look at it in one way, and this is about putting on those blinders per se and just staying out of the minutia. Stay out of, you don't need to be in the limelight per se. You don't need to be even in the middle of it. Let that kind of evolve on its own, because as it evolves, it also dissolves. And so the shapeshifter is, you know, because now that we've kind of putting focus in on ourselves, we really start to notice that we have a couple of talents, a couple of gifts. Maybe there's something, and we'll just say that we're really, really, really good at. Okay? So let's say you have a little hobby or interest, and you're really good at doing that hobby, or you're really good at doing that particular interest. This might be a time of you kind of looking into that hobby and looking into that interest, and maybe how would you make that into a side hustle, something that you could do that brings you not only joy and a lot of peace doing it, but you also experience some prosperity with it. So, you know, it's kind of like making money or making livelihood doing things that you love. And that's what this is. This card is talking about, is kind of getting in touch with what some of your gifts are and utilizing those gifts. Alright, so it's going to be kind of like one of those all about me weekends, right? I laugh on this because every time I see it the word stag, I'm still thinking of like a stag party at a bachelor or bachelorette party, you know, kind of thing. I don't know why. Maybe that's just all in my head. Trust and thrive. So, are you in love? Yes, I asked you, are you in love? Okay, are you in a partnership or a relationship, but you're not sure that you're in love? Okay. And you're like, what the hell does that card have to do with being in love? Okay, it has a lot to do with being in love, trusting and thriving. Being in love and being truly in love, you are at your most weakest and vulnerable point in your emotions when you're in love. And if you're with somebody and you're not sure that you're in love with that person, what are you investing into that relationship? What are you investing into that relationship? You know, when you think about intimate and personal relationships, wouldn't it be In our thought process, it'd be probably a good idea, or, a little bit more fulfilling to be with people that I'm grateful, or I love, I appreciate, I acknowledge, that I dig, that I want to connect in with that vibe, and hug them and love them. That's what that sense of love is. And if you're not in relationships, and it doesn't always have to be intimate relationships right now with this particular vibe, but if you're in relationships that you're not feeling that trust, that vulnerability, that okay to be vulnerable with, you need to start rethinking those relationships. Do you need to change boundaries on them? Do you need to rethink the commitment that you've made, whether it's a legal commitment or a spiritual commitment with them? Because if you're not in love and having that sense of total trust and weakness and vulnerability where you can be your true self in that, you need to rethink that relationship. If you're not totally connected into that relationship, whether it's your work, it's still an intimate relationship, okay? Your work is intimate. Some of your friendships, if they're not working for you, this is the time to reevaluate. And what I'm looking at more is not so much about cutting off what's negative, but being more embracing and engaging in things that do work. Sometimes when we don't put a lot of attention into things, instead of them flip-flopping around or walking in and going, oh, hey, I can't be with you anymore, that you just kind of energetically start disconnecting with that situation or whatever. Often that kind of goes to the wayside. And you're like, but am I fulfilling karmic debt? Yeah. Not everything is this huge karmic relationship. And I think often that people look at that everything's got to be karmic and connected and energy. And no, sometimes it's just stuff that, kind of collects on. And not every person is meant to be like this intimate, wonderful, karmic, twin flame, soul, spirit match, whatever relationships. Sometimes it's just the guy you passed at the train station and nothing more than that. That's what that card was talking about. So when you start to put that energy in, here's what happens. Then you have the Shield Maiden. And the Shield Maiden's an awful lot like a guardian. They're kind of there to kind of point you in a direction or give you a little thumbs up, a little spiritual support. Your cheerleaders, you can look at it like that. And it's talking about making plans and focus. So what are we getting? We're getting this reading this week about keep your head out of the clouds, keep your feet grounded, be realistic, pay attention to yourself, start bringing forth your talents and your gifts so that you can bring your sense of livelihood, and that means living in life as well. Surround yourself with energies, relationships, love, work, whatever, that you feel total trust with, and that you have that cheerleading support, that you're given a lot to thrive on and to move forward and grow with. If you're not getting that in your current place, man, you need to rethink those boundaries. Make plans and focus. All right, so let's say you are getting all of that love and attention and kudos and encouragement and support in those relationships, whether it's a personal relationship, work relationship, even your church or where you worship. If you are receiving that, what are you bringing to the table to make it better? Okay, that's what this is talking about here. And in relationships and in events and engagements that aren't working, what are you doing to fix that, to change that? This is about you being proactive, not living in la la land. And I like that. And so where are we ending up here? I'm telling you, we started out with a guardian and we're ending up with a guardian. And the last one, and I think is a really cool one because it's the water guardian. And it's about emotions. And you know, emotions can change. And that's what this is about. This is about changing perspectives, getting a more narrowed and focused perspective on self so that you can move forward and do great things. All right, don't pay attention to the bullshit. And I mean it just like that. Don't pay attention to the bullshit. And learn the power of scroll on. If you don't like something that you are reading, instead of making a crappy comment on somebody's page, whether it's their business page or a personal page, disconnect. It's so much more empowering. Disconnect and scroll on. The only thing that it serves when you make a crappy comment on somebody's page is adding more crappiness into the crappiness that was already there. So why would you want to make perpetual crappiness? Just thinking, food for thought. So if you don't like what you read on somebody's page, do the scroll on. And that's kind of like in the tune of Lionel Richie's Sail On. And then those things that you do like and that you do appreciate and that you do agree with, give them the thumbs up. You know what? That is a much better way to let somebody know that you like or don't like something that's going on in your life. Okay? Or what you read up on somebody's social media. That's their platform. That's their perspective. That's their point of view. And if you call yourself all tolerant and diverse and etc., then learn to scroll on. Adding shittiness into shittiness just makes more shittiness. Just food for thought. Peace, love, harmony. Be something cool, do something cool, even give somebody a random smile. We got our slave mask off, so let's smile. Show people some joy. Show people that you are real. Bye.